Dear Tim and Moby, what is metal and why do we need it? Thank you, Side Note 3540. You use things made with metal every day. Cars, jewelry, silverware, shoes, belts, dishwashers, school bells, light bulbs, pens, cell phones, and mailboxes, just to name a few. Oh, yeah, robots are made of metal too. But just what a metal is kind of hard to define. A chemist might tell you that metals are elements with metallic qualities. Well, that's not as silly as it sounds. See, on the periodic table, every element falls into one of three categories: metals, nonmetals, and metalloids. Metals are the most common type, and they're defined by certain physical and chemical properties. In terms of their physical properties, metals have luster or shininess, are good conductors of heat and electricity, are solid at room temperature, except for mercury, are malleable or able to be hammered or bent into shape, are ductile so that they can be stretched into wires or other shapes without breaking, have hardness or resistance to scraping and abrasion, and have elasticity, the ability to go back to their original shape. Well, most metals have most of these qualities. Well, hey, I'm doing my best. We can narrow down what metals are by looking at their chemical properties. First, they have positive valences, which means that they give electrons to the atoms they bond with. Because metals give up negative electrons so easily, they tend to form cations, positively charged atoms. Also, metals oxidize, corroding when they're exposed to dampness. No, you can't usually just go outside and pick metal up off the ground. Only native metals like copper, gold, platinum, and silver are found by themselves, and even then they're usually buried in the ground. Most metals are found in veins mixed together with ores, masses of mineral that carry a lot of metal. The veins are mined for the ore. Removing impurities from the ore so that only the metal remains is called refining. Well, after metal is refined, it's often mixed with nonmetals or other metals to form alloys. Alloys have properties that make them more useful than pure metals. Bronze, an alloy of copper and tin, is harder and more resistant to corrosion than either copper or tin by themselves. Steel is an alloy of iron and other elements, especially carbon. Since carbon adds hardness, steel has a lot of industrial uses, including cutting tools, welding, and car and airplane parts, and armor. Eating utensils are often made of stainless steel, which is strong and rust-proof.